What's up guys, I'm Justin and welcome to another video. For those of you who don't know or are new to the channel or maybe haven't seen my work before, I am a full-time wedding photographer here in Cleveland, Ohio. So I decided I wanted to start a segment for people who want to become better wedding photographers or want to get into wedding photography and teach you tips and tricks on how to become a better wedding photographer. So this is the first video in my wedding photographer guide. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to never miss a photo on a wedding. Now that the intro is out of the way, let's get into it. Cool, so my first tip on how to never miss a photo at a wedding is to meet with your clients at least one time before the wedding. I try to meet with my clients a minimum of 3 times before we get to their wedding day. If they do engagement sessions, that's a 4th time. And sometimes couples even ask if they can have an additional meeting. I am always down to meet with a wedding client no matter what the case is because it only helps me help them more. Now, I say this for a couple reasons. The first reason being that this helps establish a relationship between you and the client and allows you to get to know them better. You can ask them questions about their family, their friends, what type of photos they've seen that they like, what type of photos they want out of their wedding day. These are all questions that can help you get a better understanding of what's going to be important to them and allow you to focus on those aspects of the wedding while you're shooting it. The second reason is because it allows you to assert yourself as the professional. You get to sit down with them and really explain how the process is gonna go. Lead them through it. It's important to find out as much information about their wedding day as you can ahead of time. Are they having a first look? Are they gonna do a traditional wedding? Is their ceremony not happening until 5 p.m. and sunsets at 5:30? Ask questions that are gonna help them feel confident in your abilities. My second tip for how to never miss a photo is to build a schedule with your client. I know some photographers who have clients send them lists of photos they want, and that's a start, but I think you can take it a step further. The second time I meet with all of my wedding clients is our planning meeting. We sit down for sometimes an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, and we plan out the entire schedule. An added benefit of you watching this video is you can go down to the description and there's a link down there to a mock wedding schedule that I made that you can use to help you build your own schedule. When I build my schedules, I try to go as in-depth as possible. The couple's names, the package they ordered, who the shooters are gonna be, when we need to arrive, what the locations are, and then I put everybody's name listed down the entire day. Any groupings, I put first names. That way I'm not just pointing at people and saying, you there, you there. I can actually say their name and call them up. It allows me to be able to refer to them by their first name as opposed to grandma, uncle, whatever. You can just call them by their name. When you build this schedule with them, you get to know the family dynamic as well. You can find out if certain family members don't work well together, if certain photos that the couple may not care about or certain people that the couple may not care about getting photos with. Everything becomes super clear. You and the client are gonna be on the same page. You know what's happening, they know what's happening, and you have a schedule to stick to. You, hopefully as the photographer, have gone through a couple different weddings in the past, or maybe you've shot tens of 20s, hundreds of weddings in the past. The couple that you're working with, likely this is their first time planning a wedding. They don't know what to expect. They don't know what photos they want. Assert yourself as the professional and guide them through it. An added benefit of having this schedule is you know that the photos on it are the ones that the bride and groom want. So that's your priority, is to satisfy the client. So Aunt Mary comes up and asks if you can photograph her family. Well, if you're running behind 5 minutes, sorry Aunt Mary, you can tell her, hey, why don't you come find me at the reception and we can do your family photo then. But if you're 20 minutes ahead of schedule and you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs, sure, get Aunt Mary and her family in there so you can get their family portrait, and that could potentially lead to another job or a positive review because that wasn't a photo that you were supposed to get and you were able to make time to get it. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump in and say, if you're liking this video and feel that you're gaining something out of it, I would love it if you'd leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Sorry for the interruption, let's get back to the video. Communication is super important in the process of planning a wedding with a client, which brings me to my third tip. Get in touch with the couple before their wedding date one last time and make sure there's no changes. Now, it doesn't happen often, but sometimes there's changes to the bridal party, and sometimes family members are no longer able to make it to the wedding. And you don't want to be calling up somebody who's not there and waste the time on that photo because they didn't come. So I always try to check in with the bride and groom 7 to 10 days before the wedding and just see if there's anything that's changed. It helps me so that I know exactly what's gonna happen on the wedding day, and they appreciate it because I'm consistently checking in on them and making sure that their day is gonna go extremely smooth. Now, my last tip is to make sure you're familiar with how that specific wedding is going to go. And now what I mean by that is Catholic weddings are not the same as Orthodox Jewish weddings, are not the same as Indian weddings, are not the same as a couple who's eloping. You need to have an understanding of what's gonna be happening at the event so that you don't miss out on those key moments. You know, if it is your first time shooting an Indian wedding or an Orthodox Jewish wedding, ask them, hey, when does this take place? Are there special events that are happening that I need to be present for? What time are those gonna be happening? And when you sit down and plan everything out with them, that helps you familiarize yourself with what's gonna be happening at the wedding. I think another great way to familiarize yourself is to just Google online and find out what's the difference between a Catholic wedding and an Indian wedding. It's really important to educate yourself before you get yourself into that setting so you can anticipate what's going to happen. All right, guys, those are my tips for how to never miss a photo at a wedding. I would love to hear if you have any additional tips. Go ahead and toss those down in the comments because I'm always looking for ways to improve my wedding photography business. And if you found this video helpful or you'd like to see more content like it, please hit that sub button and like this video. It helps the channel grow and helps me know that I'm creating value for you as the viewer. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.